Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to answer this question. Why is it that, your boss or your senior or the people above you, they may not know as much as you? Technically, they may not be as dynamic as you. They may not be as smart as you. But why is it that they get paid more than you? Why? Just imagine. Technically, your boss is not better than you, but they get paid more. Personality wise, maybe you are amazing, dynamic, young, still they get paid more. And maybe you are able to do exactly what they do. When they are sick or when you're not there, you are able to do everything what they are able to do. Still, you get paid less, they get paid more. Why is it? In this video, I will answer this question. And please feel free to put down your thoughts as well and, add your input, because I find a two-way conversation very interesting. Okay. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I'm involved in coaching, consulting, mentoring people with regards to their personal brand. And, people get in touch with me for personal or professional, problems, challenges. Anyway, details are put down below. You can check my website. Okay. Now, how this question or topic came up was, I have this client of mine, very smart, very dynamic, in his 30s, just love the guy. Okay. He really wants to become a CEO. He wants to achieve the sun, moon, and stars. He wants to be, the 30-year-old billionaire, millionaire, all that stuff. Fine. And I'm proud to say that in the 3-4 years that, he came under my wing, he trusted me, we have been able to achieve spectacular results. Okay. However, with the good comes the bad. There are many a times, now I've noticed, many a times where he has started to show red flags of overconfidence, where he's looking at other people and he's more like, why they're getting paid more than me? I'm better than them. I can do this, I can do that. And because he achieved a great deal of success in terms of salary and position, he literally believes he can become the CEO maybe in another few months or years, not months, years. Okay. And that is where I have to, excuse me, sorry, listen, stop, get down from your high horse. Okay. So it was during, our sessions like these that one day he just brought up this topic. My boss just tell me, yeah, we always have regular sessions. That's how I work with my clients. So especially for mentoring, the long-term mentoring. So we were just talking video call, and he was telling, sir, I want to ask you something. I said, yeah, go ahead, feel free, empty yourself. The thing is, my boss, she is, she's a good person. She's nice. She's this, she's that. Okay, fine, whatever. I said, yeah, but, because I was waiting for that. Saying, yeah, but I don't understand why she gets paid more than me. I really don't. I said, what do you mean? He's saying, technically, I'm as good as her. Like, we both are more or less the same. In fact, I know a little bit more than her. I said, okay. Say, in presentations, I'm better than her. Many, many people have said, wow, you just nailed it and all that. Okay. He gives presentations. Okay. And lately, many people have been complimenting me. Wow, the way you executed this task. But my boss is more like very dull and, slightly overweight, and I don't understand, sir. And I don't mean disrespect. I said, fine, perfect. You just empty yourself. I'll give you the answer. So after he said all this, I listened to whatever he had to say. He added some extra bits of specific incidents. And then I told him, Can I tell you why your boss gets paid more than you? He said, yeah, I'm really curious. In fact, I told him, here's my open challenge to you. Have you noticed there are so many people around the world who are technically brilliant, fantastic. They are rank holders. They are number one in their chosen field. Nobody can touch them technically, yet they remain in the same position or lower. And the guy at the top, he doesn't know maybe even 20% what they know, but he gets paid 10 times, 20 times more than them. And it's a question, no? Why? Say, yeah, I can never understand how come, like in an engineering company, the engineers know more, but why this guy may be a manager, he doesn't know much. I told him, I'll answer. Okay. First, I had to remove the variables like kissing ass and politics and luck and all that. I told him, keep that aside if you really want to have an open mind. He said, okay, fine. I said, the first one is very obvious. First one is very obvious. Everyone will know this. Is because they get money to manage people. They don't get money to just do a process. I said, right now, you're just, let's say you have to do a task. You're completing the task, and that's it. But your boss does not get paid to only complete one task. The boss gets paid to manage 10 people to complete 10 tasks. I said, for example, let's say you have to complete your project. Okay. You're taking 8 hours. Okay. Now, just imagine that tomorrow your boss says you have to handle one person under you and he has to also do the same task and you have to supervise and make sure it's done properly. Can you do it in 8 hours? I said, yeah, one person I can manage, sir. That's not a problem. I said, five. Five will be a slight challenge, sir, because, different people have different temperaments and different this thing, plus have to supervise what they're doing. So it'll take time. So five, I'll not be able to do it in 8 hours. They say, what about 10? So 10, definitely, maybe I'll have to come on an off day and I'll have to check, and maybe instead of 8 hours, my standard will be 10 hours or can be even more. And before I could ask him, he said, so if that was the case, more number of people, it'll take me more time. I said, that is exactly why when you go for a holiday, you don't even bother calling up the office. And nobody calls you also because they manage. But when your boss goes for a holiday, your boss will keep calling and checking up what's going on in the office. And you also end up calling your boss and asking for doubts and verifications. They say, yes, sir, because my boss has been in the company more than me. I said, exactly. Okay. So the first point, which is very obvious, managing people. But the second one is managing not just the people, managing the pressure. Because what people don't understand is there is not only pressure for what you're doing, there is pressure from what the manager has to achieve, and then there is pressure from the management. There is pressure from, all around where they are expected to not only achieve what they are supposed to do, but you also. And that is a headache. See, like for example, me, I'll tell you, I'm making these videos. It's very easy for me to manage myself. Okay, I have my off days. I feel sometimes great. Sometimes I feel lazy. Sometimes I can make the video in the morning, afternoon, night. But just imagine I had to manage 5 other people. And if I have to manage 5 other people, I can't have them work your own free time and whenever you want. I will tell them, listen, I need the job to be by 8 o'clock. And just imagine if they don't complete it, or they take a delay, or they make a mistake. So the second, that pressure, that pressure of managing all these guys and getting quality work, which you have to present to your management and your clients, that pressure, only very few people can manage. And number three is where the pressure becomes unbearable, and that is office politics. Right now, I'm very sure you are experiencing office politics in a small way. Okay. But as you climb higher and higher, the office politics becomes even more intense, even more dirty, because it's not just from your category, from your people, it's the people below you and it's the people above you. And the higher you keep growing, the more intense office politics becomes, because People are just waiting for you to do one mistake, and then you'll have people who supported you all will turn against you. Don't go very far off. Just look at celebrity stars. The more famous a celebrity star is, the more problems they face. You just have to say one thing out of place, and you'll end up with 20-30% of all your this speak out against you. This same thing is happening with WWE, where this character, his name is Rock Dwayne Johnson. He's playing a character in wrestling where just a few days ago he was the most beloved guy, but because he has put himself in the main title picture, I know wrestling is fake and all that, but the fans who loved him before, it was all 100% who loved him. Now, almost 80-90% hate the character that he's playing. And they actually hate him. You can see it's the most disliked video. The point I'm trying to make here is your own people will backstab you. And that kind of office politics makes it very suffocating. That is why there are a lot of people I personally know who are at the lower position who just don't want to take up a higher position. My half brother, step brother, who's in Canada, he told me this. There are so many people in the office who have been offered, a promotion, salary increase. They just said, no, I don't want. I'm very happy here. I don't want to take more pressure. Even one of my relatives, she got offered like almost a CEO post. She said, no, I'm very content because the pressure itself and the work pressure and dealing people, and it's enough. I don't want more. So remember, this is because of office politics. Okay? The managing people, the pressure, the office politics. Number 4 is you need to be very careful in your office environment about egos. There are a lot of people with a lot of egos. And if you thought only people at the top have egos, you have a lot to learn. People below you have greater ego sometimes. And if a person is talented, or if the person is smart, or if the person contributes a lot to the company, they are a high talent individual that the company wishes to maintain. The hardest thing is to manage these people. That is why in some companies there are departments to manage talent, because talent is very hard, very, very hard to retain. They will work sometime and then they want to break free. And many of them who are talented, they don't want to follow rules. So it's very hard to manage those egos. Number 4. Number 5 is, I told my young Padua, you are managing a micro task, that is your project, but your boss is managing a macro task. It's not just one task, it's many. And as a leader, when you're at the top, you have to take a bird's eye view of everything. Where are we going? Which direction? The vision of the company by the CEO, the mission, the objectives, so many other things. So where you are in your nice little comfortable cocoon, the other person has so many variables to consider. Okay, so macro management takes a very different type of skill set. Number 6 is, people don't consider this, but the higher you go up the management, you are directly or indirectly held responsible for the revenue. Okay, both the money that comes in, that is cash flow, and the money that goes out in the form of cost and expenses. Why do you think many a times you have, they have to cut down staff, they have to cut down costs, they have to cut down even, I was working in Citibank. I remember they used to order Lipton tea, okay, which is a standard. And they switched over to a cheaper brand, and everyone was making fun and laughing. Oh, they're buying a cheaper tea. Even before, they used to order rainbow milk. Okay, they ordered another cheaper brand. So they were laughing and making fun. But what today, in hindsight, when I think back, there is a cost. And just imagine if you're buying like 1,000 tea bags and all that every, let's say, month, it adds up quite a lot. So revenue, they have to focus on quality clients, they have to focus on getting in more money, and they have to focus on cutting down the expenses. That is why sometimes they have to balance out. If a project has to be delivered fast, do they make the existing staff work more number of hours? Do they subcontract the work to someone else? Or do they expand on the workforce? There are so many other factors you have to consider, which a low-level guy doesn't consider. Number 7, this one I've noticed is happening nowadays, especially in the Middle East. Senior managers are asked to represent the company when they are going to meet legal representatives, that is, government bodies and all that. And if you do not know how to manage these people, your company can literally lose out on permissions, on approvals, on a lot of benefits. A junior guy may not know how to handle a government official. And I'll tell you, government officials, no, they're not like the typical, dealing with the typical guy. They're very unpredictable, and they have a sense of this aura that they are better than you, because obviously they have power. So managing such people is very, very hard. And in many cases, they can be very nice to you because they want you to open up. And you might think that you did a great task. But then when the report comes, you'll just slap yourself in the head and think, man, this person was so nice to me. What the hell happened here? So remember, that also is a skill that only top management has. Number 8 is you have to be a very particular, unique breed of an individual to manage a leadership position. And by that, I mean you have to have a certain degree of fakery. What do I mean by this? Being fake. You have to be fake, but you have to show you're authentic. You have to be very good at lying. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, all these CEOs who went for that legal hearing, look at the amount of bullshit that they gave. Oh, we are putting policies and procedures in place. We are not targeting children. We are not trying to make it sexual. We are not. You think they're not aware of all these problems? You think they are honestly trying to not spy on their customers like TikTok is saying, like Facebook is saying? You think Google is not selling your data or capitalizing on it? You think Apple only cares about your privacy and doesn't use anything else? Or for that matter, pharmaceutical companies who are selling you medicines. You think COVID vaccine was only for your betterment and non-profit? You think people who have diabetes, blood pressure, heart-related problems, the pharmaceutical giants make the medicines affordable and cheap, or they making it expensive? And remember, a pharmaceutical company or company that sells medicine, or the doctors or the medical industry, makes money only when you're sick. If all of you are healthy, how will they make money? You think till now there is no cure for cancer, there's no cure for AIDS, there's no cure for diabetes and blood pressure? There is. But if they were to make you healthy, how do they make money, man? And for that matter, you think Coca-Cola does not know that it's, uh, aerated drinks, it's high in sugar and it's very bad for health? You think McDonald's, Burger King does not know that their products are bad and addictive? But if you see the CEOs and you see the leaders when they talk, they'll totally deny it. They'll be like politicians. And they say it with a straight face. They say it like how Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sorry, it's my mistake, very sincere. But we all know it's fake, man. You have to be that corporate breed, otherwise you cannot. And that is why some people get paid more money. And the last, if not the least, the final, is you need to have certain traits, whether it is good traits like consistency, persistence, leadership, or it could be marketability, being a salesman, being good at communication, or like I told you, being fake and, uh, you know, giving a different message and convincing people, or it can even be playing political games very well. Like, you say ass kissing. All these traits come together to make the person at the top. If you're very honest, if you're very genuine, if you're a good guy, you cannot. You just cannot. And yeah, this might also surprise you. You need to be very cold-blooded if you have to be at the top. But ready to, like they say, even sell your own mother. It's that bad. Anyway, these were the 9 kind of explanations I gave to my student and mentor. And this is what I want to share with you. Why is it people at the top get paid more? These are the 9. Let me know if I missed out on anything. Let me know that if you have to add anything. And overall, let me know, what do you think? I would love to read your point of view. Having said that, I hope this answers your question. Why is it people at the top get paid more than you, even though they do not know or are as good as you? Hope this gives you the answer. Look forward to reading your comments. Take care.